the first step is, how do you successfully and practically solve problems at the village? I described this in the book Out of Poverty, but the first 3 steps are the most important. First is go to where the action is. You can't solve the problems of poverty sitting in this auditorium in California. You got to go to the locus of the problem, whether it's in a developing country or in a place in San Francisco where the homeless aggregate. You got to talk to the people who have the problem and actually listen to what they have to say. Listening is the critical verb in that phrase. Listening is tough. I'm not talking about listening to what people say. I'm talking about listening with your soul. So I try to listen to you as I'm talking to you. And if you have an ounce of practical skills, from the minute I started talking, you turned on your bullshit detector. And you made a judgment within 30 seconds about the bullshit level of what I have to say. If you're worth your salt, that's what you do. And you're enjoying that joke, but as I was talking about listening, you were paying a lot of attention. This is of interest to you. It's nonverbal. So 90% of learning is nonverbal. 90% of what people say to me, how come you can listen to people if you don't know their language? Well, 90% of listening is nonverbal. It's only 10% that's the intellectual. So that's my contention is, if you know how to listen with your soul, you can walk through a village once and write a book by what you see and what you drink in. And the third thing is learn everything you can about the specific context of the problem. Another key thing that we learned, or that I learned over 25 years with IDE, is that it's much more effective to treat poor people as customers instead of as recipients of charity. It gives a dignity and a power to the exchange, and it makes absolutely necessary a discipline. If somebody is going to have to vote with their feet to pay for something that you develop, a service or a product, then you have to develop something that people really need and respect and trust. And that creates a whole different level of discipline on the design process.